2 years ago, a family of beavers were released to a park in London. Leave Curious captured this awesome milestone, but what's happened since? Have the beavers been behaving? To find out, I headed back to the Ealing Beaver project and caught up with Sean and Elliot, who, for the past year, have been trying to trap an eligible female to move on to another site. We'll get into why in just a minute. But the thing is, you cannot control which beaver will enter a trap, so we were hoping, at long last, that the right one had been caught. And all I'll say for now is that this family of beavers have entirely transformed this park, boosting biodiversity and the local community in so many brilliant ways. This is new. Is this Beaver HQ or Paradise?
Beaver HQ, yeah, you've not seen that, have you?
No?
So that's going to be painted soon. We're going to call it the Lodge.
When we first came, Paradise Fields surprised me for just how natural it felt for being in such an urban environment. Beaver reintroduction, McDonald's. It had a large pond fed by a brook that was surrounded by plenty of willow and scrub. It had all of the ingredients for a beaver family to flourish. And so, in October 2023, a family of 5 beavers were reintroduced. It was a milestone day, not just for those running the project, but also for Britain. Becoming London's first fully accessible urban beaver reintroduction site, it was a big deal. You're trapping these beavers because it's kind of at capacity, right?
Well, not so much at capacity. There's definitely lots of habitat here for you probably could support 1 or 2 beaver, more beaver families. But what normally happens in a beaver family system, after about 3 years, the young will go off and try and set up a new family group. So they could do that here, but they're not going to find another beaver. Effectively, the Beaver Trust run this like beaver Tinder sort of thing. Timber, I like that.
That's great.
And yeah, so we've our sort of oldest female teenager is ready to go set up a new beaver family somewhere.
It's a bachelor beaver who's unrelated in Wales looking for a mate. So Beaver Trust asked us, you know, do we have an eligible lady?
Can you be a matchmaker? Yeah.
So we'll just go in nice and quietly. What we're going to do is we're going to put him into a crate and then scan with the microchip scanner and see who it is. Okay. So if you just stay on this side so that they can't see you here.
Sure. So we're not exactly sure who we've got, but we don't think it's the big mama.
Okay, now this is a giant beaver. Hello. Yes. It's one of the 2 that came here as kids, as youngsters.
Looks like you're going to Wales.
It looks like I'm going to Wales today. Got it, our girl. Your boy's getting a wife.
But what is amazing, like, you know, last winter when we had all the huge amounts of rainfall, like one of the wettest winters on history, and for the last 15 years the local train stations flooded like every year. But this year was the first year the train station didn't flood because the beavers held the water back.
Yeah, that's
which is how great.
That's awesome. I mean, that's what you always say about beavers coming back, flood management. But for it to happen so fast, that is awesome. What's the typical success of translocations with beavers?
It's been pretty good. There's a few lessons that have been learned of like not putting 2 unknown beavers together in the same enclosure at the same time, because it's like too much stress and too much novelty for them, and they just won't bond if they're like under intense stress. The beauty here is if you put a male beaver into an established female's territory, she may not be receptive to him, and she may defend her territory and fight him off and things. We're doing the opposite here. We're putting a young female into an established male's territory. He's been on his own a long while. He's receptive.
He's ready.
He's ready.
He's ready. It's pretty awesome to think. Oh, I'm not getting in that one. No. I'm going to say that's giving it away. You know, you're transporting a beaver. Oh, okay.
The electric wouldn't get us to Wales, I don't think.
Oh, really? We've got the beaver's favourite snacks here, carrots and apples.
Carrots. Only the best.
I learned all my interesting facts about beavers again recently, like in full. I just released my kids' book on beavers called Beaver Believers yesterday, and the fact is that it's up to 23,000 hairs per square centimetre. So it's one of the densest coats of any mammal.
I was thinking, you know, if you can have beavers in London, then you can do it anywhere. But then I was thinking, actually, maybe that's not true, because, you know, we see beavers come into so much conflict. You know, like, what was this site used for before beavers came? And it was really just the footpath, wasn't it? So
yeah, I think it's a good point. I think, you know, beavers can be quite a contentious species, especially in like rural environments where you're, you know, working alongside farmers. But in London, where we don't have huge farming communities and people generally recognise we want more nature in our urban spaces and we want to reconnect with nature where we live, So, you know, there's been so little opposition to this project. So I think in some ways it might be easier doing it in urban space.
So that beaver we just saw, we thought that one was quite big. We suspect that this could be the OG Big Mama, right?
Yeah.
The matriarch.
Hello, Big Mama. How are you doing?
Okay,
Stand back.
Stand back.
That's Big Mama, alright.
She. Wow, she is so big. Sean and Elliot have just set off for Wales to get the beaver to its new home, and they've given me a pair of waders, so let's go explore. Whenever I get waders on, you know something good is about to happen, or something potentially very wet. They've gone straight through that, but this is the thing about species like willow. Look at it coming back up. This is what the beavers will be coming back to feed on. So they've built a pretty substantial dam here, and what that's created through here is a wetland, which this just wasn't here before. All we had running along here was just like this. This is all you had through here, just flowing through like this. They haven't quite yet had a go on this big old willow here, although this branch has snapped. That's just storm damage, but imagine if beavers could climb trees. So the main dam, which we just saw there, built with all of the sticks, extends round like this. And look, this is the other thing about beavers, is they're actually amazing excavators. So they're just packing all of this mud up along here. That's nearly above my knees. That's deep. You know, to think this was just a little channel, and now the beavers have just done all of this. Oh yeah, this is my happy place. Must have been a beaver in a past life. So how many of you even knew that there were beavers in London? And there has been for the past couple of years. I'll bet that there's a large majority of you who didn't even know. And you know, that is one of the core problems with nature restoration, is that so many of these great projects, all of these great people doing all of this fantastic work, they go unheard of and underappreciated. And that is what I want to do with Leave Curious. I want to give these people and places and projects a voice. And what's integral to doing that is the Leave Curious membership. This is flourishing into a really fantastic group of people who really care about the core values of Leave Curious. And if this sounds like something which you want to be a part of and join, then you can. It's a monthly subscription. You know, it costs as little as your standard pint in town. You can find out more about this from the QR code on screen now, or just head to the link in the description. So Elliot and Sean were telling me that the beavers, they try and do one big tree a year, and looks like this one's up next. But I mean, like, what an incredible thing to do. You know, first creating a wetland and then bringing down a tree of this scale. That is just going to create so many niches and opportunities. And look, we're in October, right? This hazel has been coppiced by the beavers. Look, you can see where they've been eating it. And look at this fresh growth coming back up. Trees and plants, they want to have this. They want to have this relationship with herbivores. And it's that which we've taken out of the landscape. So, you know, full credit to all the people who have worked on getting these beavers back here. But this dam, which started over there, has continued round, and it just keeps going and going and going. And we're going to keep going and going as well. This is now entering into like a really nice sort of scrubby blackthorn bit. I actually don't think I'll be able to pass through that. Let's go around this way. Just climbed up onto this fallen willow here, and you know, it's this chaoticness which is what we need back in, you know, our landscapes and our parks. So I'm just coming around to another section of willow, which from what I recall you could, it was quite boggy, but you could walk through it, but I don't think you can walk through it anymore. Well, actually I can walk through it because I've got my waders on, so let's go. I imagine that these willows here, these would have been some of the first ones which got cut down after they came back. I think we can all agree that beavers are brilliant. And do you know what else is brilliant? The paid partner for this video. Brilliant. Brilliant is a learning app designed to be uniquely effective. Each lesson is filled with loads of hands-on problem solving, which lets you play around with these concepts. It's a method which is proven to be 6 times more effective than watching lectures. I mean, who likes sitting through a lecture? And there's so many different learning paths which you can go down, from foundational maths, I think I need to do that one, to aspects of science, from scientific thinking, circuits, and quantum computing. It's really quite fun. I feel smart. Yeah, what makes this fun is like it gamifies the whole thing. You gain XP as you go. There's different levels. You know, I think the brilliant thing about Brilliant is that it just gives you a fun healthy and productive way of spending your time. You know, like normally during this point in the day, it's just gone 12, pick up my phone and start doom scrolling. After I get done using Brilliant, I actually feel better and, you know, not like I've wasted my time. I think before I get on to mind-bending math, I think I should start with a bit of everyday math. So if you'd like to give Brilliant a try, just head to brilliant.org/leave curious or head to the link in the comments or description of this video. If you do that, you'll get 20% off an annual subscription. That's a great deal, so go and make the most of it. So it's been incredible to come back here and see the progress which the beavers have made, but also catching up with Sean and Elliot, you know, trapping that beaver and moving them on. It's just, it just goes to show that beavers, they are back in Britain now, and scenes like this, they should become far more common in the coming decades. If you've enjoyed it, then please like it. If you haven't already, then subscribe to Leave Curious. The very best way of supporting is by becoming a member. That's on the screen here, and if you want to watch the videos from last time, they're linked on the screen here as well. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Leave Curious.